All right, so today we're gonna learn how to wrap some furniture, okay? So when we're doing these deliveries, I want to create a new standard, okay? This is gonna go for every single piece that we deal with. I want to raise our prices, essentially, okay? So as we get better doing this, I wanna constantly be raising our standards so that way we can be a better service for our community, right? So I'm gonna have two of you guys. I'm gonna use Stanley and Derek as first represented. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were smoking. The blankets are obviously the padding. This is a wood piece, all right? The back is not so much important, but you also want to take into the fact that if you damage the back, they're gonna say something, all right? Even though it's behind a wall, it doesn't seem like that's big of a deal, but they are gonna say something, okay? So go ahead and grab some blankets and then put some blankets on top of here to make it to where it's fully covered. How many blankets do you think it's gonna take? 2, 3, 4? I think it's gonna be 2. Yeah. All right. So if you are gonna protect, I would protect mostly in the front, okay? Now I want you to look in the back too. Come around and check this out, okay? So it's not fully dressed in the back, but it's pretty protected, okay? So you could take this side, all right? And you got this side, all right? And then you can use a little bit of tape. Go ahead and grab that tape over there. Go ahead and tape, just put one piece of tape right here. Now put your hand right here, this hand, and hold it securely and yank that real hard. Yank it away. All right, so nice. Now do it right here, just right here on the bottom. Do it for start here and go down. Yep, just like that. Now put your hand there and yank. Perfect. All right, so you see here, it's not perfect, but it's not that big of a deal, okay? It's not gonna be a stepping hazard. It's not gonna be anything like that, okay? So now, the next piece of equipment we need is this. All right, so go ahead and unwrap that guy. All right, so now we already wrapped up the knobs. We're gonna go around, go all the way around. You're gonna have to do your best to go around your buddy here to where it's through. Gotcha. Good. And once you get that first one, you can step off, all right? Good. All right, so now before you, yep, just keep on doing it. So now get a couple on the top. And then just yank away, all right? So this right here is a wrapped, thank you. See, sometimes you forget words. This is a wrap dresser, okay? So this right here is the best way that we're gonna protect this, okay? Now, does not protecting it mean that it's gonna get damaged? No. But the thing is, it's an accident for a reason, okay? You don't intend to do it, it just happens. So this is the best way that we're gonna protect things. But the thing is with this little padding, it's not only gonna protect that piece of staircase, it's also gonna protect this, okay? So those are little things that we're gonna learn from. Now it's the same thing with the sofas. I'm gonna have Leonard and Adnan, you guys are gonna do this one here, okay? So obviously this is not a nice sofa. We're just gonna use this for demonstration purposes, okay? But go ahead and protect it with a few blankets. How many blankets do you think it's gonna be? You're thinking 3? Yeah, the blankets are big, but sometimes they take a while. Tasty, guys, looks great. Okay, looks great. So now with sofas, there's a lot of easier points of tie off, okay? So usually there's cushions. You can tuck into a cushion, all right? You can do a buddy help with what you just experienced over there. Or the other one is you just grab you grab that and then you extend it out just a little bit and you tie it around a leg. So I'm gonna suggest doing just your first knot of your tying your shoes around that leg there, and that's going to be your tie off point. Perfect. You just need to do one knot, that's not a big deal. All right, and then when you're doing this, you wanna try and clean this up the best you can, okay? You try to pull these through so that way that you're protecting in as many areas as possible, especially those corners. So fix that, see that? See how that bottom right there, that whole corner is out?
Yeah, I took it in.
Here, hold on, just come back just a little bit. And just fix that, just real quick. All right? So a good rule of thumb is to get at least 3 wraps around, okay? And you wanna go up and down, not over the same exact spot. You wanna try and like wrap it as best you can. This is the portion where you're trying to keep the cushions in, all right? So typically there are cushions inside of there, all right? So you wanna use these angles in these corners to try to be the best as possible. This is gonna keep the cushions in. Now, is it perfect? No. Does it need to be perfect? No, all right? But the thing is this is way better than what it was. Now, once we start standing things up, okay? Everything is protected. Even though the blankets move, when there's cushions in there, it's not gonna be that big of a deal, okay? It's not about being 100%, it's about protecting just overall, okay? It's gonna keep it all together. It's going to just make it to where it's not gonna get nearly as possibility of damage, okay? So don't think of it as perfection, just think of it as protection, all right? You wanna make sure that you're trying to be the best service for the customer, all right? And when you take the 5 minutes, how long did it take? 5 minutes for both? You know, it didn't take that long. Now, it took a couple extra minutes. It took some time to get all your supplies out and ready to go, but it's really not that big of a deal, okay? Now, let's just say it's a bunch of items, like a bunch, okay? Are we gonna wrap every single piece? So I would like to get in the standard of doing this, but we're not a moving company, okay? We don't have a million blankets, but we have to also be prepared. So if we know we have some deliveries, have some extra blankets, okay? We wanna try to look the best we possibly can. Wrap that shit. You see, it's also not perfect, all right? Don't worry about it being perfect. If you want it to be better, use some tape. You know, that's what the tape is there to hold the whole thing's in place for. But the saran wrap just keeps it all in place, and the blankets are gonna protect the piece. These are mattress protectors, okay? So mattresses get dirty very easy, okay? If we're delivering a mattress, it goes in this, okay? I know it makes it a little difficult sometimes. It makes it slippery. It makes it not very easy to hold, okay? A good rule of thumb is once you put the mattress inside of it, tape it closed so that way it's not just like falling down on you, okay? And don't be afraid to rip a hole in it if you need to, all right? If you're grabbing it and it rips a hole, but just don't place it down on that hole. You know, pretty simple, all right? But if we're delivering a mattress, it goes in one of these, okay? So if you deliver a mattress and you have one of these and it's still in this after the fact, you did it wrong. I just want this to be a next step in our generation of how we do things, and it's just gonna make us look better for the future. Thank you guys for letting me do this. And then so we're just gonna put those blankets in there, and then we'll be off for the day. If you like exciting content, learning about business, back end, everything, come check out our content.